Hey guys, what is up? It is me, Pagey, here once again with another video on Superman and Lois Season 2, and this is going to be my, trailer breakdown for Season 2, the first one that's come out. It's about a minute long. We weren't expecting it until next week. That's usually the time frame where they release trailers, but they decided to go, hey, enjoy it a week early, so let's watch it.
Things haven't been okay for months, and I've been blaming you.
Always something to worry about, isn't there?
Please just talk to me about what's bothering you. Is it the Natalie thing?
No!
That how long is she gonna be like this?
I don't know, man. Let's go.
Want to make sure we don't attract any unwanted attention.
You mean the kind you get from flying around the world with Superman?
You're more of a liability than a hero. I asked you to be part of my team.
What you asked for was my allegiance to America.
But you refused to me.
Because I gave it to the world a long time ago.
Let me go with you, just to watch your back.
Clark? Get back! You left our son home alone to have...
No.
This is a national security situation.
No, it is a family situation.
Superman and Lois. New episodes January 11th. Free next day only on the CW app.
So as you would have been able to tell from the trailer, and this was already announced before, but the trailer highlights it, January 11th. That's the return date. That's the release date for Season 2 of Superman and Lois. So just over a month away. So not, you get to enjoy Christmas or whatever religious holiday it is that you celebrate. Then the New Year, have a week's break. And then you got Superman and Lois to enjoy as well. But of course, on that same night, we will have the premiere of the new DC TV show of Naomi. So that will be after Superman and Lois. And we should be getting a trailer for that sometime soon as well. They might release that next week. So they separate these two shows in their trailers and stuff. Maybe that was the smart move. But the footage from this trailer is probably from like the first 2 or 3 episodes. That's usually how the trailers work for the most part, because, filming and stuff and getting all the CGI done and just everything like that. So it's probably like the first 2 or 3 episodes, and just watching the trailer, you get that feeling. But in regards to filming, they're about to head into episode 7's filming. Superman and Lois will have 15 episodes again this season, like season 1 did. So, 15 might be the magic number or the lucky number for them. And just a minor fun fact to throw in here before we move into the actual breakdown of the trailer, the point of this video. Elizabeth Henstridge, who some would know as Simmons from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., a Marvel show, I know, it's like mentioning the Boogeyman. She'll be directing episode 7 for season 2, which is otherwise entitled Fallout, which potentially could be the mid-season finale for this season, and they might go on a short break, not too sure. But yeah, Marvel DC crossover there. It might be a bit of a stretch, but anyway. Now, unfortunately, we don't have a season synopsis yet. They might release that maybe next week or within the next couple of weeks, not too sure, but we haven't got it yet, so we can't dive into that before jumping into the breakdown of the trailer. But of course, throughout the video, be sure to let me know in the comment section down below your various thoughts, theories, opinions, predictions, what you're looking forward to heading into season 2 of Superman and Lois. Let me know all that in the comment section down below. Always curious to read it. And of course, if you're going to enjoy the video and you're looking forward to Superman and Lois season 2, I mean, why wouldn't you be? Drop a like on the video to show your support and excitement. But we start off the trailer with, things haven't been okay for months, and I've been blaming you. Now, this is Lois talking to Clark, and I would have to assume, first off, this is maybe about Jordan and what's going on with him, especially due to the events of the final parts of last season. But of course, Clark does bring in the whole Natalie situation, who Lois is the doppelganger of Natalie's mother, and Natalie is the daughter that Lois never had, at least by name. Like, this Earth's Natalie, if she was born, wouldn't have looked like the Natalie from the other Earth because, genetics. But of course, I'm not too sure how this season's going to play out, because last season it just ends with Natalie arriving. So I don't know if this season will pick up from that and then just cut ahead. Or then maybe when they say things haven't been okay for months, whether it's just talking about all the events from when they first came to Smallville. I'm not too sure what's being specifically referenced here and whether there's a time jump or not. I guess that's what for us to wait and find out. But they could do a pick up from the end of last season for like a 5-minute opening thing and then just cut ahead like 3-4 months, whatever it might be, wherever they want to pick up the story. Now, we do get some tension between John Irons and his daughter Natalie over his now friendship of sorts, or at least partnership with Clark, or, Kal-El, or, Superman. Obviously, Clark is the doppelganger of the thing that killed Natalie's mother, And then you just have the craziness of Lois being there as well. Like, I'm very intrigued to see what the relationship between Natalie and Lois is, because it's not like there was nothing that Lois had a connection to the name Natalie or Natalie as a person. Lois, we got that like emotional sort of episode with her last season around all of that. So it comes from both sides. Obviously, I think it's much more deeper for Natalie, just because she's, I guess, constantly, or at least, regularly going to be around who she would look at and go, Mum. But it's obviously going to be an emotional thing for Lois as well. So I'm very intrigued to see their relationship, how it develops, and everything like that. But in regards to Natalie, just in general, I'm interested to see what she is like in this season. The trailer does give off like a lot of tension around her, like she's very angry. But as I said, this is probably just like the first 2 or maybe 3 episodes that are ripped from for this trailer. So I think we will see Natalie warm up and everyone else warm up to Natalie being here on this earth now somewhat quickly. Maybe not like instantly, but at least by, the first 3 or 4 episodes, it's a bit more, a bit more of a happy thing to be around. But also the multiverse aspect with her is very interesting as well. Like, is her Earth gone? She doesn't say anything when she arrives. She just says, Dad, I think it is. And then she looks at Lois and goes, Mum. So is the Earth gone? Did she just escape in time before it went boom? What's going on there? Superman and Lois was really the first show to jump back into the multiverse discussion and just involve the multiverse following Crisis on Infinite Earths. So I wonder if they do continue that in season 2 with Natalie and, how she got to Earth Prime and whether anything is left behind, or if anything potentially followed her as well. We don't know if like one of the threats or the threat for this season is from the multiverse. We don't know, because Superman's been around for a long time on this Earth and has versed a lot of different villains. Like Tal Road coming into it last season was a big shock because it was a bit of a flip on things and he'd been sort of waiting for the right time to strike. But, what other Superman villain could come from Earth Prime, or like this, this universe, to be that big of a threat? Maybe involving the multiverse might be the way to go, but we'll have to wait and see. But in regards to Superman specifically, have they upgraded his suit? Obviously, it looks like the same in regards to the base design, but it looks like the blue and red, like they look a bit more pronounced, like they pop a bit more. But we get that first look of him like in that cool rain scene, and where he's like saving the submarine and everything like that, or at least either saving or stopping the submarine from doing something. Not too sure, it could be either way. But the suit looks like it's got a slight bit of an upgrade, they probably had some things where like, yeah, we have these tiny issues with season 1, but we can live through it. And then when we get into season 2, we make some little changes here and there. But overall, it looks like it's the same rough suit, but there just might be those slight details. As I said, it looks like the blue and the red are a bit more pronounced and they pop a bit more. But yeah, I guess when we get like a proper still and poster just with the suit in a daylit environment, we can get a good suggestion of that. Now in the trailer, we do get our first footage of Lieutenant Mitch Anderson, and he's the new character. He's sort of like the new DOD dude. So DOD dude. Anyway, that sounds like a bit of a mouthful, but he's sort of like replacing General Lane's job, but obviously there's not going to be that prior relationship or that long-standing relationship between Clark or Superman and the leader of the DOD, like we had with General Lane, and I guess that personal relationship and family relationship as well. This is a dude that sort of exists outside of that. So we know that Lieutenant Mitch Anderson's worldview divides into 2 types. This is from like the description of the character. Those you serve and those who serve you. So he doesn't like that Superman exists outside of those boundaries and tries to bring him under his authority officially. So he pretty much wants Superman to fight and represent and be America's protector rather than the world's, as Superman says. And this might have something to do with that submarine scene as well, that all brings it into play. But yeah, we already like had some like whole weaponry stuff against Superman in season 1 with the DOD. So I'm very intrigued to see what goes along with that in season 2. So there's still a military presence, which some people might not like, but I think it's important to keep that in there just because it seems like that would be the case. If Superman was there, the military would always be involved no matter what, you would have to think. Now we do get Tegan and John playing tag. Can we say, let's say tag in John's bedroom, which Lois wasn't too happy with. Now, Tegan had that connection to Central City with her father being in Iron Heights in season 1, and I do wonder if that will come into play in this season. Todd Helbing, the showrunner for Superman and Lois, did say there would be larger connections to the Arrowverse in season 2, which all the shows last season put to the side outside of minor things and minor connections. And of course, that was due to the pandemic and not wanting to step on any of the other shows like feet and toes. Like, that's the whole reason they had Diggle show up on a lot of the shows, just to keep that connective tissue there, because they really couldn't do anything else because they didn't want to, as I said, step on toes and everything like that. Now, Todd Helbing was the showrunner for The Flash during season 4 and 5, so maybe he might want to, that's why he chose Central City, because he can have fun in a playground that he used to, play in a lot. But yeah, let's see. Let's wait and see what they do there in regards to the connective tissue. I'm not expecting anything massive, but anything's good. Now, Sam Lane, we mentioned him before, and we're talking about Lieutenant Mitch Anderson. He's still in this season. He's Lois's father, still has a role in the show. I wasn't sure if he would, and it looks quite sizable, at least based off these opening few episodes. So I'm interested to see where it goes for the rest of the season. Of course, we know his other daughter and Lois's sister, Lucy, is returning to the Arrowverse in this season, and it wouldn't surprise me if they show her in the next trailer, but she's not here. But yeah, I wonder what Sam's role as a whole in this season will be. Yeah, I don't know, maybe it might just be like a middleman between, Lois and Clark if there's issues there. I don't know. Now, speaking of Superman, he's having head pains and collapsing throughout portions of this trailer. And is this fallout from last season, or is this due to another threat that's coming into this season? We don't have any word on the villain yet for this season. Obviously there's going to be a villain or villains, but we don't have any word on who they are. But they did announce Morgan Edge for last season and just said, yeah, it's Morgan Edge, and they made it look like Morgan Edge and everything like that. And then they did the whole Twisty McTwist thing by doing the reveal of him as Tao-Ro and his whole history on Earth and everything like that. So we could see something similar where it's a wolf in sheep's clothing, similar to what they did with Tao-Ro and Morgan Edge. I don't know if they'd want to do that exactly and just seem like they're doing the exact same thing, but I guess it depends on who the villain or villains are, I guess, in regards to how you go about that. But when Superman is having those head pains, at one point it has a shot, it's a bit blurry, but you can sort of make it out, but it looks like it's a shot where it looks like he is in the mines from last season that had the X-Kryptonite within it. Now, I can't remember from the end of last season specifically, but I know they were going to do something with the mines to sort of rid what had been done. At first, I was like, oh, did they say they were going to destroy the mines or something? But maybe they were just going to remove all the X-Kryptonite and clear it out. So the actual mines are still there. There's just nothing to actually mine from them. But who knows what Tao-Ro might have done there and potentially left behind. We know that episode 1 for this season, the season premiere, is called What Lies Beneath, which sounds very ominous and potentially talking about the mines. But then episode 3 is specifically just straight up called, not even specifically, just straight up called The Thing in the Mines. So those two could be connected and maybe hint at what's going on with Superman at points in this trailer. And maybe it's a little reminder or a little backup weapon that Tao-Ro left behind. So very curious to see what's going on there. Now, Jordan seems that he wants to be going out with Clark in superhero mode, so Superman and Superboy, and it makes you wonder whether Jordan's powers will advance, and maybe the whole thing that went on with him and Tao-Ro last season when he had the the consciousness of Tao-Ro's father, Zeta-Ro, put within him, that might have advanced him in some way, shape, or form. I'm not too sure, but I'm very curious to see how they develop Jordan, because there's no real hints at Jonathan, anything happening with him in regards to powers. He's more like, hey, I'm getting lucky and playing tag in the bedroom with a girl. Jordan, you can go get your powers, even though Jordan's got girlfriend as well anyway, so it's not even an L for Jordan. It's actually a bit more of a W. He's got the girlfriend and he's got powers, so it's like Jonathan's taking the L. Anyway, whatever it is, whatever it might be, I'm interested to see how Jordan's powers advance and in what way they go about things. Because I don't think he's not. I wouldn't say he's in superhero mode now. You know what I mean? And also, you think Clark's gonna be protective, but while also wanting to allow Jordan to do what he wants to do, and you'd have to think Lois is maybe the protective one, but let's see how it goes. But speaking of Lois, in this trailer, there's not really much that hints at the continuation of her story from last season. It's more of her being concerned about what's going on. But of course, she has the Smallville Gazette, I think that's what it's called. Now, obviously, she put a large sum of money in to help buy the Gazette. They sold their place in Metropolis and everything like that. So it will be interesting to see what her story with that and Chrissy Beppo is this season with the Gazette. Season 1 did a borderline perfect job with Lois and her storyline, so I'm intrigued to see how they carry that on in season 2, what the subject matter is, who it revolves around, whether she has her own villain as well or connects to the villain as well like it did in season 1. Very curious, but I have faith in the show that they'll do I don't, even if it's not as good as season 1, it'll still be a good job. And you'd be like, yeah, okay, I enjoyed that. And finally, is this then like a new logo at the end of the trailer? They didn't have this in season 1, or is like a new title card? So I'm not too sure. It looks cool. Like it's a very, very large S that doesn't even fit into the screen. Then you have like sort of like the Kent farm in the background. Looks cool. I don't know if it's actually going to play into the show or it's just for trailers. I guess that's to wait and find out when the show premieres, I guess. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, it'd be awesome if you could drop a like on it to show support. Let me know in the comment section down below your various opinions, thoughts, theories, predictions, what you're looking forward to the most heading into season 2. Let me know all that in the comment section down below. I'm always curious to read them. Also, if there's anything I missed in the trailer, let me know, because I might have. But yeah, let me know all that in the comment section down below. And of course, if you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. And I will catch you guys later. Goodbye.